Hey everyone, it's Miss MK with Boys and Girls Club. So today I wanted to show you how you can make your own marble run at home. Now a marble run might be something you may have seen either at school or at clubs, but they're usually these like big setups of some sort to get one marble from point A to point B. Sometimes you can use multiple, sometimes they're made out of plastic, they're paper, kind of just depends. But they're usually pretty cool to kind of see motion and speed, in action. And so you're going to need a little bit of patience with this because sometimes it takes some adjusting of your pathways, some trial and error with what things do and don't work, but it actually be really, really fun when you get to see the whole finished product. So let me show you what I mean. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need some paper, some markers, some scissors, and some tape for sure. Now, I've found that although I use both white computer paper and construction paper, that the construction paper tends to hold up a little bit better to the marble, which you will also need, of course. And so what you will do is you can make a bunch of different style of pathways. These are for the examples that I have here, but you can make a whole wide variety of different things once you really get into your project. So for example, this one is just one small piece of paper that was folded 3 ways. So that way it has 2 edges and a bottom for the marble to roll through. Now you can make them very long, you can make them long like this paper, even longer if you feel, or you can make them even kind of short, kind of like this red paper right here. It just depends on what your marble needs. Now, if you've done the same shape, what you can also do is turn it into a little rounded like shoot. So this was a straight one, that was just had a little like cut right down the side on both sides, and then you'll tape them together. Sorry about that, y'all. Tape them together to make that edge so that it's kind of like rounded. That way you can add a little bit of difference to your marble run as well. And then what you can also do is one like this, where it is also folded 3 ways, as you can see, but it is also folded back and forth to make like a zigzag pattern. So that way when it comes undone, it has that zigzag pattern right there, and you'll open it up and it's kind of like a little zigzag pathway. So let me show you how this looks when it's all put up in one spot. So the marble run that I've done here is actually on my refrigerator, so it's pretty applicable whether, as far as where you can put it in your house. All you really need is like a flat surface, and then science kind of does its own work with this. So the cool thing is that like you see some examples that I had already shown you where you've got some like straight paths that are like longer or shorter. You've got some that are kind of zigzag like that as well. This one's a full tunnel, so it's completely enclosed. This little small one also has a little like drop spot for the marble to go through. And ones like this where you may need some like extra backing sometimes in order to make sure that your marble works, or your marble run works, excuse me. So what you got to keep in mind too is that your marble will always be in motion. It is constantly rolling. So you're going to need to keep in mind that as it keeps moving, you'll have to adjust your pathways in order to figure out what speed your marble is going to go. So depending on how high or how much of an incline or how much of a decline you have it, it could be going faster or slower. And that's why it takes a little bit of trial and error when you're doing this, but it can actually be really, really fun, like I said, when you get the whole thing done. So let me show you how it looks. It will travel all the way from start to finish. It traveled through this little like top pathway across the like zigzag pathway into the other straight one. It dropped off its edge into the rounded one through the tunnel it went, and through that little like drop spot that I mentioned right over here. And then as it went there, it made its way through the little window tunnel that I have here kind of going, and then this lag zigzaggy path to get to the bottom cup. So yeah, hopefully you guys can try out some really cool marble run ideas and enjoy your process. It's really fun.